Locked in my room, 4 black walls, tied the noose, no recall, no result, fuck withdraw, rather shoot up till I fall. Murder on call with the fight now, 20 years and it seemed like a lifetime. I've been hanging every day from a lifeline. Why these fuckers hit it in the air?
There are the ones that are stalling, but they're stalling in such a way that you could fall and lull yourself into some danger. Okay, so if I'm here like this, I am safe. If I'm down like this, I'm kind of safe. I'm not as safe as I was, right? But I can at least get my hands on him. There's some control, right? I can control his hips with my elbows. I can kind of have my hands in his armpit to control, right? Okay? But everything in between this I'm in danger right here. Does everybody understand that? So here we go, real quick. I'm okay here. Danger, 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 okay-ish. All right, so you got to be one or the other. So if you can't do the one, you can be here, right? And when you're here, elbows into their hip like that, you can hold like this. One arm needs to be in the armpit though. Does everybody understand that? Okay, so that is one. So that way you can at least control. Now if I want to come up from this position, my hips have got to do the same inflection. Okay, because I'm going to be fighting it coming up. But look, I don't want to pull like this. Look, I'm going to try to go over the top with it. The same way if he's like grabbing the back of my head like this. Look, I'm not going to try to pull up. I'm going to look down and try to shave and then come up, okay? That'll save me a lot of energy, have a little bit higher percentage of it working, okay? Now again, notice I'm saying higher percentage. Some people are super strong. Some people are going to be doing different things, right? It's just how it is, all right? But why do I want to control this hip? If I did this, let's say he's got here like this, and I have this arm here like that, and I shave this, he's already straightening my arm, and my arm is now broken, and I suck. So I don't want to do that, right? I want to control his hips. So if I know that I'm moving myself back into the danger zone in order for me to get back to a neutral position to attack, then I got to control his hip. Okay, that's his offense here is his hip angle. Does everybody understand that? His hip angle. If he turns his hip, there, look, that's bad for me, right? Does everybody understand that? If I leave an arm in or out, that's bad for me, okay? So all of these things, we're either gonna go 2 arms in, or no arms in, but I'm gonna teach you how to do it in a way that maybe you'll not get triangle choked and things like that, okay? So let's say I'm starting from here. I want to keep his body pinned. So I'm gonna grab the gi. All right, but I'm not going to grab the gi like this and ball it up with my hands like this. I'm only going to be using like these 2 fingers, okay? Like this. And I'm going to leave this part of my arm or my hand open. All right, and I'm going to turn and I'm going to push down into the sternum a little bit, okay? So that way if he's coming up with his hips a little bit, I can kind of keep that lower spine pinned to the mat. Does that make sense? Now, once I have this elbow is controlling here like this, right? And then my elbow will drop into that center line like this. My hip inflection will then open up and keep the guard. All right. So if he's here like this, look. Notice I'm doing this. I'm not doing this. Okay, I'm doing this. My elbows are staying very tight to me, okay? Now, a lot of people are going to expect us to the old school step over. That's fine. I don't care. Either way, okay? You can also just lift this top leg right here. Like this. Okay? When you do that, you're not going to be grabbing here necessarily. You're going to be coming out and under and grabbing above the knee and lifting the leg. Okay? So that way, there's some control element on this leg, and it's upright, and this leg is up here. So the knee's up, pinned up, and when I say posture, I mean I'm driving my hip in, just like this, okay? All right. I would say a decently okay-ish blue belt will then try to start pulling your arm and getting you into like a triangle. That's exactly what I want a decently okay blue belt to try to do to me. All right, because as soon as they go to try to pull the arm, it's tucked in my ribs. All right, if it's out like this, very, very possible. All right, but I kind of baited this, like it's here. I never let my elbow look, and then I'm reaching with that thumb and grip here. And then I'm just leaning forward. Now I'm up off on both knees, right? Both knees are off the ground. Okay? This hand can now slip to that wedgie grip, lift it up, or just keep it pinned. Either way, drive the hips in just like you're going to sprawl down. And you'll be past, okay? Again, right here, posturing, gi. I'm not doing this, am I? Here. If it's kind of tough for them, like you feel like because that's actually how I hurt my groin as a blue belt. Was I just developed the ability to hold this position against people who were good, and that's not good jiu-jitsu. Okay. But if you find something like this is where all the years in the club kind of come in. You just start kind of twerking a little bit, and it works. It just like, you just twerk a little bit, move back, and boom, it's gonna open. All right. Do not make eye contact while you're doing this. You can look at your buddy across the room, but I'm not looking at Tim right now. Okay. So look, we're here. A little twerk. We're good. Okay. All right. Oftentimes, you end up in this position. Yes, you can go old school like that. Some people may just want to boom, start coming up into like their headquarters and fight and everything. But notice what Professor Tim right away did. He was ready, and now you're kind of back in this neutral position. Right here, I feel really confident. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my leg up and start underhooking this. Now, if you underhook too low, like this, and he starts putting weight in it, you got to sprawl down to get it up. That's not very good for you, right? So it's like, so you come up here like this, it makes it better. Like more like the calf area. See what I mean? And then this knee being up, reach. Here, twist the hip. All right. Then you're collecting yourself into a good pinning position, right? All right, does that make sense for you? Let's play with that a little bit. You ready? Anybody got any questions for it? You go with what we just did.
You see it one more time?
See it one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, here. This. Look. Here. What are you going to do? Twerk a little bit. All right. Leg up. Now, come through. Here. Notice that one, I did a little bit of a back step, right? Either way, that twist in my hips is what's giving me that power to come through, okay? Everybody good? All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when I'm here, remember when I come here like this, I'm not raising my elbow up like this. I'm not doing this. Okay, look, here. My hip inflection. Now look, that breaks the guard, right? Now here, I have so many different options of what I'm gonna do with this hand. It's all good, right? But when I raise this up to come into my stack, I am going to reach in here. This knee needs to stay up. The other knee needs to stay down, and they're going to swap. I'm going to do this, okay? But before I do that, when I go to reach and I lift up on the hips with the pant, you can go to the wedgie grip, which is a legal grip, or just grab the material here like this. Right here, what I'm going to do is as I stack in, my elbows come in. So you kind of turn their rib cage into like an accordion. Okay, that's the goal here, right? So look, here you can kind of see that inflection that I'm creating on the spine, and then the elbows come in as I drive my hips forward. So I'm doing like this, like here, like that, okay? Elbows are in or going in during this entire technique. Why? If I get to here, and let's say that he is grabbing my sleeve, I've told y'all this. I'm okay right here. I don't care. Okay? If my elbow is up and he grabbed right here, which is a super common mistake, right? That's like you could be so lax and relaxed and thinking that you're doing well. But the difference between this and him snatching, snatch it. No, snatch it with your, yeah, there you go, goddamn. You're good. You got the arm. All right, snatch it. You're not getting that thing.
Nope.
Okay? Snatch it. It's yours. So just that little detail there. He's grabbing the arm. I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna make him pay for it. Pay for being a jabroni. All right, the other thing. Let's say that we open it up here and I lift my leg up, and instead of going for the arm or whatever, he hooks this leg like that. Well, super common, right? Look, this is where I'm just gonna sit back on it, okay? I'm gonna sit back on it. My arm's changed now though. This comes in, and now let's start moving to the other side. If you do not do that order, then you're toast, okay? Does everybody understand that? So, we're here, he wraps me. It's good, look where you're wrapping me. Now go back to where you were wrapping me. It's a mistake, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, so wrap me where you're supposed to. There we go. Either way, less than a mistake, right? Okay. Here, look. Come up. Here like this. He hooks me. I sit back down. Okay? And now it's going to change, right? But my hips are doing 99% of the work. My elbows have to stay in. Okay? Does that make sense? How much of my weight's going into trapping that arm? A lot of it. I'd say it's probably about 70-30. And weight distribution 70-30 is pretty damn high. Okay? You know, because I mean, like if we're saying 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty damn based here. He hooks that leg on me. I'm putting at least 70% of my weight here. I like to sit and trap the arm like that. Shane's got an arm bar from there, he does. Like where you
I just saw that.
Yes, sir.
Me and Will DaCosta were talking about this as a setup to trap the arm for like a Sao Paulo pass where we feed the lapel underneath. And that's one thing that I do. It's like I don't like to bait things, but I'll step up knowing that person's an omoplata or a flower sweep person.
Right.
When they underhook it, I sit back on it the same way that you just did as a method to trap their arm.
And this is like you know, we're trying one thing, and then your opponent did something, and we're just going another direction. Okay, we just got an answer for everything, right? That's the goal, and the answer's all in our structure, in our body structure. We're gonna stay safe the entire time we're doing this. Okay. I get like this, and I'm trying to come up like this, and he counters. It's like, oh shit, right? Now I'm here, but my elbow stays very nicely tucked, right? Now, but look what happened when I tucked. This kind of pulled, right? So now when I come here, that hip motion, the same hip motion, allows me to complete the counter or the pass, okay? You know, if you grab here like this, like that, you lean back here like that. This is where I go to the top of my foot and lean. Like I say, I put a lot of weight on there, okay? It's just how it is. Here, come up, pull it. Get it tight, stack them. We're good. Lift. Here, remember this hand doesn't matter, it's gonna stay tucked, okay? We're gonna go into reverse Keisakatami, okay? So, super simple. If we really kind of do what we're supposed to be doing, it'll work at every level too, okay? If the mistake is made, or you get that angle, it can work at all levels of jiu-jitsu, all right? From white belt all the way up, okay? So, any questions? We're good. Anything to add? Anything? Thank you, Jim James. All right. Thank you for your time. All right, y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.